This is cavernous sinus, location in middle cranial fossa, situated either side of sphenoid bone. Floor and medial wall is formed by endosteal layer of dura mater. Lateral wall and roof is formed by meningeal layer of dura mater. Length is 2 cm and width is 1 cm. Extend anteriorly up to medial end of superior orbital fissure and posteriorly up to apex to petrous temporal bone.
Relations and contents of cavernous sinus. Superiorly, it is related with optic chiasma and internal carotid artery. Inferiorly, it is related with foramen lacerum and junction of body and greater wing of sphenoid. Medially, it is related with pituitary gland and sphenoidal air sinus. Laterally, somewhere here, it is related with temporal lobe of cerebral hemisphere and the cavum trigeminal, which contains the trigeminal ganglion. Anteriorly, it is related with superior orbital fissure, which relates it with the apex of orbit. And posteriorly, somewhere here, it is related with the crus cerebri of midbrain and apex of petrous temporal bone. Now, if we talk about the contents of cavernous sinus are mainly oculomotor nerve, trochlear nerve, ophthalmic nerve, and maxillary nerve. Now, if we talk about the structures present in the lateral wall of cavernous sinus, we can see from above downwards it is oculomotor nerve, trochlear nerve, ophthalmic nerve, and the maxillary nerve.
पासिंग थ्रू केवर्नस साइनस। केवर्नस साइनस में से दो चीज़ निकलती है, एक इंटरनल कैरोटिड आर्टरी एंड सेकंड एब्ड्यूसेंट नर्व।
Tributaries of cavernous sinus. The cavernous sinus receives blood from three sources: orbit, meninges, and brain. Cavernous sinus receives blood from orbit via superior ophthalmic vein, inferior ophthalmic vein, and sometimes central vein of retina. From meninges receive blood from sphenoparietal sinus and this anterior trunk of middle meningeus vein. From brain receives blood through superficial middle cerebral vein and not every but only few inferior cerebral veins.
Communication of cavernous sinus, also called a draining channel or outgoing channel. First we show the figure. This is cavernous sinus. Cavernous sinus in middle cranial fossa. This is transverse sinus continuous with sigmoid sinus, and sigmoid sinus continuous with the IJV, internal jugular vein, through jugular foramen. Cavernous sinus communicate with the seven sinus or vein. Sinus means connective system of hollow cavity into skull. First, cavernous sinus communicate with a transverse sinus through superior petrosal sinus. This is superior petrosal sinus. Second, cavernous sinus communicate with the internal jugular vein through inferior petrosal sinus. This is inferior petrosal sinus. Third, opposite cavernous sinus. Cavernous sinus communicate with each other. Two cavernous sinus communicate with each other by anterior intercavernous sinus and posterior intercavernous sinus. Fourth, cavernous sinus continuous with pterygoid plexus of vein. Through emissary vein. This is emissary vein. Pass through foramen oval, foramen lacerum, and foramen sphenoidal. Fifth, cavernous sinus communicate with a facial vein by two route. First route from orbit, superior ophthalmic vein pass through angular vein and facial vein. Second route, cavernous sinus pass imaginary vein to pterygoid plexus of vein to deep facial vein to facial vein. Infection of facial area rapidly spread into cavernous sinus because facial vein terminal and communicate with the superior ophthalmic vein and superior ophthalmic vein directly connected communicate with the cavernous sinus. Sixth, cavernous sinus communicate with the internal vertebral venous plexus through basilar plexus of vein into foramen magnum. 7. Superior sagittal sinus via superficial middle cerebral vein and superior anastomotic vein.
Clinical correlation of cavernous sinus. First, cavernous sinus thrombosis. The septic thrombosis of cavernous sinus may be caused by its numerous communications. The common cause of thrombosis is the passage of septic emboli from the dangerous area of the face through facial vein to deep facial vein to pterygoid venous plexus to imaginary vein. Cavernous sinus thrombosis gives rise to the following signs and symptoms: severe pain in the eye and forehead due to involvement of the ophthalmic nerve, ophthalmoplegia, paralysis of ocular muscles due to involvement of the third, fourth, and sixth cranial nerves, marked edema of eyelids with exophthalmos due to congestion of orbital veins following obstruction of ophthalmic veins. Second, arteriovenous communication. If the internal carotid artery is ruptured in the fracture base of the skull, arteriovenous communication is established between the artery and cavernous sinus. Consequently, arterial blood rushes into the cavernous sinus, enlarging it and forcing blood into the connecting veins. Arteriovenous communication gives rise to the following signs and symptoms: pulsating exophthalmos, the eyeball protrudes and pulsates with each heartbeat. Loud systolic murmur is easily heard over the eye. Ophthalmoplegia due to involvement of the third, fourth, and sixth cranial nerve. Marked orbital and conjunctival edema due to raised venous pressure in the cavernous sinus.